Hello, dear students. Let's start a new topic, classification of oxides. Now, this topic from chapter 6, chemical reaction of class 8 in subject chemistry. Let's open your chemistry book and come on the page number 83. Come on the topic, classification of oxides. Oxides can be classified into 4 categories: acidic oxide, basic oxide, neutral oxide, and amphoteric oxide. So, oxides can be classified into 4 categories: acidic oxide, basic oxide, neutral oxide, and amphoteric oxide. 4 categories. Generally the non-metal oxides are acidic oxide, because the non-metallic oxide changes the blue color of litmus into red, and the aqueous solution of the non-metallic oxides form the acids. Now the basic oxide, generally the metallic oxides are the basic oxide, and the metallic oxide changes the red litmus into blue color. Now the neutral oxide, some oxides of the non-metal such as carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, these non-metal oxides are neutral oxides such as CO, H2O, NO. These all oxides are neutral oxides, and neutral oxides do not give any color change with litmus paper. That means with red litmus paper or blue litmus paper do not give any color change. Now next, the amphoteric oxide, some metal oxides such as zinc, aluminum, lead, these all oxides having the property to react with acids as well as base. So zinc oxide, lead oxide, and aluminum oxide, these all oxides are called the amphoteric oxides. Let's see the all oxides one by one. So first, the types of oxides. On the basis of their formation and their properties of oxides, the oxides can be classified into 4 categories: acidic oxides, basic oxides, neutral oxides, and amphoteric oxides. First, concentrate on acidic oxide. Now, some of non-metal react with oxygen on heating to form the acidic oxide. So, some metals, not the all, but some non-metals, when react with oxygen by heating, they form the oxides, and that oxides are acidic oxides. So for example, carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, when burned in presence of oxygen, they form the oxides, and that oxides having the acidic in the nature. As for example, CO2, SO2, P2O5. These oxides having the acidic nature, so it turns blue litmus paper into red. So change the blue to red, blue litmus paper to red. As for example, the reaction when carbon burn in the presence of oxygen or heating the carbon in the presence of oxygen, they produce the carbon dioxide gas, and that carbon dioxide is a oxide of the carbon and it having the acidic nature. When sulfur burn or heated in the presence of oxygen, they form the SO2, sulfur oxide, sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide have the acidic nature. Acidic oxide, when react with water, they form the acid. So these all acidic oxide, so these called the acidic oxides. As for example, when CO2, non-metallic oxide, react with water, they form the hydrochloric acid, H2CO3. When SO2 react with water, SO2 dissolve in water, they react with water and form the sulfuric acid, H2SO4, having the acidic in nature. So the non-metallic oxide, carbon oxide, sulfur oxide and phosphorus oxides are called the acidic oxides because these all oxide, when dissolved in water, they form the acid. When CO2 dissolve in water, they form the carbonic acid. When sulfur dioxide dissolve in water, they form the sulfuric acid. Acidic oxides react with bases to form the salt. So generally, acid react with base, they form the water plus salt. Acid react with base, they form the salt and water. When the acidic oxide also react with base, they form the salt and water. So in this way, we can also say that the non-metallic oxides of carbon, sulfur and phosphorus, they react with base, they produce the salt and water. So these all non-metallic oxides are the acidic oxide. So when CO2 react with base, NaOH base, then they form the salt, sodium carbonate and water. So here NaOH behaving as a base, so CO2 behaving as an acid. Now next example, when sulfur dioxide react with potassium hydroxide which is a base, then they form the potassium sulfate and water. That means salt and water. Potassium hydroxide is a base. They react with the SO2 to form salt and water. Potassium hydroxide is base, that means SO2 behaving as a acid. So non-metallic oxides are generally the acidic oxides. Now next, basic oxides. Metallic oxides, when react with oxygen, they form their respective oxide, and that respective oxides are called basic oxides under different conditions. As for example, sodium and potassium, it is a very reactive element, very reactive metal, sodium and potassium. When they react with oxygens, then they vigorously react at the room temperature and produce a lot of heat, and they have the burning property in the air. So these oxides generally never kept in the air, and sodium and potassium always kept in the kerosene to prevention of their vigorous oxidation. So sodium and potassium are stored under kerosene. Never sodium and potassium kept in the air due to their vigorous oxidation nature or vigorous burning property in the air. Sodium and react with oxygens, they produce the sodium oxide. Potassium react with oxygen, they produce the potassium oxides. Calcium react with oxygen at room temperature. They form the calcium oxide, and this calcium oxide is a basic oxide. So generally, sodium, potassium and calcium, these oxides never stored at the room temperature in a safe way. So the basic oxide is generally obtained from the less reactive metals, as for example magnesium, zinc, aluminum, copper, iron, lead, mercury. These all metals, when react with oxygen upon heating, to form their respective oxides, and that oxides are stable oxide. So for example, a magnesium react with oxygen by heating, they form their magnesium oxides. It means when magnesium ribbon burns in the air, presence of air, then magnesium changes into the magnesium oxide. Zinc reacted in the presence of oxygen, heated in the presence of oxygen, they form the zinc oxide. Copper heated in the presence of oxygen form the copper oxide, cupric oxide. Lead heated in the presence of oxygen then form the lead oxide. But sodium, potassium and calcium, sodium and potassium not required heat for the formation of the oxides, their respective oxides. Calcium required, calcium react with oxygen at room temperature, cannot require the heat beyond the room temperature. But magnesium, zinc, copper and lead, these all oxides react with oxygen only after heating, and they form their respective oxide. Zinc, lead and copper, when exposed to air, they develop their protective coating of the oxides, zinc oxides, on the surface of the zinc, and further oxidation will prevent it. So zinc oxides develop a protective coating of their oxides. Lead oxides also develop a protecting coating of their oxides. Copper also develop a protective coating of their oxides on their exposed surface to the atmosphere. And this coating prevent further reaction. Some of the basic oxides, when dissolved in the water, then they form their corresponding hydroxides, and that corresponding hydroxides called alkali. In this other way, when those base which dissolve in the water, that base are called alkali. So alkali are those bases which having the properties to dissolve in the water. So generally basic oxides having the property to dissolve in the water, and they form the hydroxide. So basic oxides when form the hydroxide in the water, that are called alkali. Generally alkali turn the red litmus paper into blue color. So alkali or base changes the red litmus paper into blue color. As for example, when sodium oxides, it is a basic oxide, when dissolved in water, they form the sodium hydroxide, which sodium hydroxide is a soluble base, and that soluble base is called the alkali. Potassium oxide, when dissolved in the water, they form the potassium hydroxides, and potassium hydroxide is a soluble base. and that potassium hydroxide is called the alkali. Calcium oxide, when dissolved in water, they form the calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide is a soluble base, and that soluble base of calcium hydroxide is called alkali. Now, basic oxides, when react with acids, they form the salt and water. As for example, zinc oxide is a basic oxide, react with the hydrochloric acid, they form the zinc chloride and water. Zinc chloride is a salt and water. The same, when acid react with base, they form salt and water. Salt and water. So HCl is a acid. When react with zinc oxide, they form salt and water. That means zinc oxide behaving as a base. Now, next example, when lead oxides react with acid, dissolve in acid, they form salt and water. It means that lead oxide behaving as a base. Now the next, neutral oxide. Some non-metallic oxides such as hydrogen oxide, carbon oxide and nitrogen oxide, they form their oxides which having the neutral in nature, because they neither react with acid and nor react with base, and they are called the neutral oxides. As for example, CO is a neutral oxide, NO is a neutral oxide, H2O is also a neutral oxide. These all oxides are neither react with the acid or nor react with a base. So these are called the neutral oxide. So when hydrogen is heated in the presence of oxygen, they form the water or H2O. Water is a neutral oxide. Carbon is heated in the presence of oxygen, they form the carbon monoxide. Limited amount of the oxygen, they form the carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is a neutral oxide. When nitrogen is heated in the presence of limited amount of the oxygen, they form the nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a neutral oxide. Carbon monoxide is a neutral oxide. H2O is also a neutral oxide. Now the neutral oxides which are generally insoluble in the water. The last oxide, that is amphoteric oxide. The oxide which have the properties to react equally both acids and as well as base. The oxide of some metals such as zinc, aluminum and lead react with both acid and base to form salt and water. They are called the amphoteric oxides. As for example, when zinc oxide react with acid, they form salt and water, zinc chloride and water. So zinc oxide here react with acids, they form salt and water. That means zinc oxide behaving as a base. Now when zinc oxide react with NaOH, NaOH is a base, they form the salt and water. Sodium zincate, Na2ZnO2, sodium zincate is a salt and water. In this reaction, NaOH is a base. They react with the zinc oxide, form salt and water. That means zinc oxide behaving as an acid. In the above reaction, zinc oxide behaving as a base, but the same zinc oxide in that reaction, in the lower reaction, behaving as a acid. Now the next example, when aluminum oxide react with the hydrochloric acid, they form aluminum chloride, salt and water. So HCl is an acid. When react with aluminum oxide, they form salt and water. It means aluminum oxide behaving as a base, because they react with HCl acid, they form salt and water. The next example, in this example, aluminum oxide react with NaOH base, they form sodium aluminate, salt and water. So NaOH is a base. When react with aluminum oxide, they form salt and water. It means that aluminum oxide in this reaction behaving as a acid, because they react with the NaOH base and form salt and water. Now lead oxide, when react with hydrochloric acid, they form lead chloride, salt and water. So HCl is acid. So here lead oxide behaving as a base in this reaction. Now when lead oxide react with sodium hydroxide, they form the sodium plumbate base, sodium plumbate, salt and H2O water. In this reaction, sodium hydroxide behaving as a base, so lead oxide behave as a acid. So these are all about the amphoteric oxides. The zinc oxide, aluminum oxide and lead oxides are the amphoteric oxide, which have the ability to equally react with both acids as well as base. Okay, thank you all about this topic.